Hello, my name is Alexandra and this is my second video on this channel. I wanted to do one explaining the books I read during each month. I haven't really been reading that much in these past months due to a lot of reasons. Mainly because of my university degree that I've been very much struggling with. So I decided that I would rather just do like a video where like first half of 2025 or something like that, and then I would just say all the books I read during the first half of this year. But meanwhile I wanted to do a video so it doesn't just I don't let my channel die when I just started it. I have where did I leave it? It was here just a second ago. What? Have I read lost? Oh, thank you. Okay. I've seen a lot of people doing different types of games to decide which books they'll be reading for a specific month, and I've always wanted to try that. I've actually written down a lot of different possible tags or themes or stuff like that to choose random books from, but I've decided that for the first one, why not just do it with these cards that came from Illumicrate. You will be seeing a lot of my cats around. Hopefully they don't start eating my books, because they've damaged some books already, especially this one. He's really crazy about eating my books for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna try to force myself to read more this month. So I will be choosing 10 books, well, depending on how thick they turn out to be, because I'm not about to end myself either way. So I wanted to explain first. Here's some Illumicrate books I have. Then over here I have 5 more Illumicrate books, which by the way I haven't gotten any Illumicrate books for like 4 months now, 3 or 4 months. I do plan on getting back into it when I get a job, but for now I'm not allowed to spend more money, which I already am anyway because I keep buying books whenever I have the opportunity to go to a bookstore. Okay, next up is, well, more diverse books. Like there's a lot of different stuff here. Same for this one. No, she's already biting the book. Like, oh, you can see the pictures of this, but she's just eating the. Oh, she stopped now. Anyway, yeah. So in total, I have like 5 different sections of books, and this one. I didn't really line them up by any type of specific theme or anything. I just dumped them all on the bed, however it turned out. By the way, I put them all on the bed like this, right here, because I don't really have a good shelf. I don't have shelves really. I mean I do, but they don't really fit all in there, and it looks really awful, and I don't want to show that. And also it's in the living room, and I would rather not show all of the living room just because it doesn't look nice in my opinion, and I don't want to show that. And yeah, anyways, so they will have to be here. I also got a lot of the books from my closet right here, because as I said, I don't have space for these books. So the latest ones I bought, I'm just storing them in between my clothes, which I know it's probably terrible for the books, and they will be in terrible conditions pretty soon if I don't change this anytime. But I don't have any space in this apartment to put shelves. I literally don't, not even on the walls. I can't. So it's not my choice, it's my obligation. I have to put the books wherever I can. So yeah, anyways, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna choose the first one. I don't know how that. As if I'm about to read tarot or something. I guess I'm gonna do this. Oh my god. I'm thinking maybe I should do it in a different way, because I don't know how I feel about it. No. Just gonna do it like that. Anyway. This is unplanned, by the way. I just thought about this literally right now. There's cat hairs on my microphone. First one. A book with vampires. I don't know if I have one. Oh my god, wait, I forgot to take one book out that does have vampires, but I don't remember where I put it. Wait. Turns out, not only did I forget about the one with vampires in it, I also forgot about Babel. I also recently bought. This is the one with vampires, also recently bought. I actually got them together online. I don't know if there's anything else with vampires. Let me see. One is definitely with vampires. I'm just gonna let it over here. Vampires. For sure, the vampires, no vampires, no vampires. Maybe not. Ah, it's funny. Okay, vampire. There's a vampire here. Okay, perfect. Let's see what it has. Okay, what about these ones? I don't know, I put them together again. Guys, okay, these are about guys. That's not really what I'm looking for. This looks very interesting, and it's definitely very fantasy. I don't like this. No vampire! These are a lot of gods and goddesses and no vampire inside. Wait, what? Wait, this one is is a bit interesting. Like, it's a bit strange. It's like some type of Chinese empire being occupied by the Romans. That's an interesting twist history with within a fantasy world, I guess. I'm actually a little bit bothered by the fact that the Roman guy in this book has the farthest away name from Romance possible. Like, that's definitely, I mean, it has a Latin root, but I don't think there were any Romans named Antony, at least until way later in history, because Anthony to me just sounds like the English version. Like, at least it will be like Antonius, something like that. Anyways, no vampires again. Wait, this could be it. It says Remy Pendergast is a hunter, but rumors that he's a hell vampire are tarnishing his reputation among fellow reapers. Desperate to clear his name and investigate newly mutated bloodsuckers, Remy sets out alone until fate intervenes. Xiaodan song. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm very sorry. A kind-hearted heiress and her arrogant lord fiancé Zidane Malek. I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing this terribly wrong. I'm trying. While joining forces with the vampire couple may not help Remy's reputation, they hold the key to defeating the deadly creatures. As they navigate the dangerous terrain and face new threats, Remy develops complicated feelings for the couple. For both of them. With each passing day, he begins to question everything he thought he knew about vampires, including the story behind his own family legacy. As the vampire mutation spreads throughout the kingdom, Remy must choose between loyalty to his beloved kingdom and his newfound connections with the creatures he was sworn to destroy. Will he risk it all to save those he's grown to care for? I kind of want to read this like right now. Hey! Okay, last possible one. Wait, this is the continuation, I forgot. How did I forget about it? This wasn't even a monthly box. This I bought because I thought it looked amazing and because it sounded very interesting. I literally bought this myself. It wasn't even part of the subscription. Literally convinced my boyfriend to get me this set of books, and I absolutely forgot about them. Which one is the first one? The second one. So I'm just going to let the first one in, obviously, because I have to read the first one if I want to move on to the next. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just sitting on the floor at this point because I have the books on my chair. This isn't the ideal setup for book reviews. I know, I'm sorry. I'm broke. What can I do? Hey, don't eat my books. Okay. So, a book with vampires. We have this option. Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chupeco. I'm sorry, the font is very confusing. Like it looks very bizarre to me. Like I cannot really tell what letter it is. Rin Chupeco. Yeah, Rin Chupeco. Yeah, that looks great. I really wanna read this one. Okay. Other option is KM Enright. KM Enright. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Mistress of Lies. I mean, I haven't really read about this, but I mean, it looks great too. Finally, Carmilla. Honestly, I might choose this one just because the book looks super pretty. I've already looked at the pictures because I couldn't help myself. It looks so beautiful. And I've heard so much about this book. Like, I've heard so much about this book. It's crazy. And also, I don't think I've read much classics at all. And apparently this one is a classic and sapphic and with vampires. So, that's great. This one. The cats are fighting. They couldn't have chosen a better time for this. Anyways, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Apology looks really intriguing. I really want to read that. But Carmilla though. Carmilla. Oh no. Oh my god. Hey. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm fighting constantly with my cats. No! Oh my god. Oh, this is a disaster. No! One of them is trying to eat my food and drink my water, and the other one is biting my books. And if they're not doing this, they're fighting each other. Anyways, I'm gonna go for Carmilla. With Carmilla for the book with vampires. Just because I think it's shorter. Like a lot shorter than the other two. And if I'm gonna do 10 books, that's a great choice. And also because it's a classic and I need to read more classics. And because it's sapphic. That's great. And because a lot of people told me to read it. A lot. And because the book is so pretty that it's definitely a plus. I mean, look at this. Moving on to the next one. A book with a queer character. That's not going to be very hard because I have a lot of books with queer characters. Basically, almost everything from Illumicrate. And then some books that I bought recently. I did not buy this recently, but I mean, it's gay, so queer. So that's one of the possibilities. This is one of the possibilities. This one, another gay book. I really wanted to read this for a very long time. I kept hearing about this, so I finally got it. Ooh, there's this. But it's a very thick girl. So I don't know about that. I'm not very sure. I really wanted to read this for so long. Well, not really. At first, I wasn't really interested because I saw that it was this thick and it was high fantasy or epic fantasy, however you call it. And I really struggle with fantasy words. I really do. I'm terrible at memory. I'm terrible at focusing on anything. So I don't do that well with fantasy worlds. It's just too much happening, too much going on. I have to. I mean, I don't even understand this world we live in. And now I have to understand and comprehend and learn about a whole different world. Too much for my brain. But then I found out it's Sapphic, so I did read a little bit, like the first few pages, like five first 5-10 pages, and it looks really complicated for my brain. As I said, a lot of things to remember and learn to properly understand the story, so I'm a bit scared, but I do like the way it's written. It's really nice, so that gives me hope. But I don't think, I'm gonna be very honest, I don't think I'm gonna be choosing this for this month, because I still have a lot of assignments to do for university, and I don't think I'm fully committed to do to this book right now, because when I read it, I want to read it relaxed and really take it in, and maybe if I need to go back and study a bit more information, do it in a calm way. I don't want to rush through it. Then I have the most recent ones I bought that even my boyfriend doesn't know I got. So, shh. Okay, I got this one. I mean, it's in Spanish. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna translate it right now. My brain hurts. It was very pretty, so I had to get it. This one is Sapphic, and another gay one. I actually bought these two together. These are my last ones, like the last ones I got. I got them at the same time. First I saw this, I said, oh, finally another Sapphic book, because for some reason, at least where I live, it's very hard to find Sapphic books, even queer books in general. I mean, they are, but I think they're not very popular, so you have to really dig through the books to find them. And even more so for Sapphic books, for some reason there's very few of them. That's it. I'm gonna be choosing now. I was gonna say that I'm gonna choose the Sapphic one, just because since I can't read the Priory of the Orange Tree right now, I might as well do another Sapphic book. But I just remember that I have Carmilla, which is Sapphic, and since I don't really have many Sapphic options, I wanna keep this maybe for another month, so I never run out of Sapphic books to read, at least one per month. These ones, I know this one is sad, but it's really short, so that's a good option. Again, as the other one, I think I want to read this when I'm fully in the mood to read it and really enjoy it. And then these ones, I think they're just pure romance, cutesy stuff. I think I'm gonna, you know what? Wait, what language is this? Okay, it's in Spanish. Since that one is in Spanish, and I'm gonna choose this one just to have something in English to read. So there you go. Even though it's sad, I do like crying sometimes. So, a book with an animal companion. Okay, listen. Maybe it's about time I try reading this one again. I tried reading it at some point when I bought it, because I thought, oh cool, like Disney stories, but with a twist, with a darker twist. I thought it was darker, but I mean it is a bit darker than the actual Disney movie, but not really. Like I thought it would be, I don't know what I thought. For some reason I thought it would be more adult. Anyways, I gave up on it because I got a little bit bored. I mean, you can even see where I was going. That's where I left off. I did read a good chunk of it. I read this, and then I just gave up. I mean, I wanted to read all the Disney twisted stories, but if I don't enjoy this one, then what's the point in trying the other ones if they're all going to be still pretty childish? I don't know why I thought it would be like an adult version of the stories. A book with a sequel to one you have read before. Okay, I prepared one book specifically for this. It's gonna make me struggle a lot because I struggled through the first one a lot. Because again, it's fantasy, and not only that, but the story is a bit bumpy. I mean, I did enjoy it, but there were definitely some things that made me get bored at times or disconnect from it. Overall, the story is pretty interesting. I did start reading the second book though, and just like the previous book I told you about, I gave up on this one too. But I do plan on finishing it at some point, and maybe this is the perfect opportunity. Also adds to the difficulty the fact that it's in Romanian, and my Romanian isn't really great because I don't really speak it much anymore since I live in Spain. So that's the reason I keep buying books in Romanian, because I don't want to lose my native language. It's time to struggle through this again. I almost nearly finished it, and for some reason I gave up. Like, look where that's literally where I left it off. Let me show you. I literally read all of this chunk, and only had this one left. Like, that's nothing. That's it. I don't know why. I was so close to finishing the book, and I was like, okay, my brain cannot anymore. And since I have a terrible memory, I cannot just pick up where I left off. So I have to start it all over again. But that's okay, because maybe then I will understand the story more, and maybe I will catch some details I didn't before. Next one. A book with a queer romance. Okay, I got very confused for a second. I was like, didn't I just pull this card before? But it was a character. Now it's romance. Okay. Well, that's perfect then, because the other one is romance too, but it's sad. It's depressing, probably. Now I can choose a happy one. I'm not gonna choose the sapphic one again because of what I said, that I don't have much sapphic options, and I don't know how many books I will be buying in the future. So I always wanna have one sapphic possibility for each month. So I will be choosing one of the other gay ones. As I said, the Chinese one I really wanna read when I'm really in the mood, because I've seen not this one, but the other series that has an anime. I watched it and I really loved it, and I wanna take it slowly. I wanna enjoy the characters. Also, it's fantasy again, so I need my time with fantasy. I'm gonna go for either of these, and I'm gonna choose this one. I think it's a little bit shorter. Let me see. Yeah, it's just a little bit shorter, but I will go with this by Mikey Fernandez. I don't know if that's how he pronounces his name. Mickey or Mikey? Mickey Fernandez or Mikey Fernandez, and this one is from Dustin Tao. I'm gonna go for support Spanish authors, because why not? Next one! By the way, I love how inclusive Illumicrate is. Like, most of the books are pretty queer, and I really love that. Like, that's the main reason I really miss getting the boxes. I keep fighting with my boyfriend. I'm unemployed currently, so obviously that's not the best idea to keep buying random boxes. But I feel like my shelves were filling in with queer books without even me having to find them. Like, they were just coming to me, and that's nice. A book that has been adapted into a movie or TV show. I don't think I have any. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go for Destroyed Romance. I really don't wanna do this, but I guess. John Green, Bajo la misma estrella. I don't remember what it's in English, the title, so. Yay, I Yes, I mean, this one, my boyfriend's mom gave it to me because she had it in her house and she doesn't really read books lately anyway. So she gave me a bunch of books that are not really my type of stuff that I read. Like, I generally don't read type of stuff like this. I tend to avoid as much as I can straight stuff, especially pure romance books. It's not my cup of tea. I know this one is sad too, so I don't know. At least maybe I will cry with it. Next. A book with a murderer mystery. Wait. Murder mystery. Book with a murder mystery, I think. Guess this one works. It's a horror book that I've meant to read for a long time, so this is the perfect time. El Expediente Samael by Enrique J. Villa-Torres. Ooh, a religious thriller with obscure themes, financial themes in the heart of the Vatican City. That sounds interesting. So, yay. My first horror book. A book that has enemies to lovers. I think this works. I'm gonna choose this one. A Phoenix Keeper, because it says, but saving an entire over here. Especially when that hotshot Griffin Keeper happens to be her arch rival from college, Luciana, I would say. An annoyingly brooding and insufferable know-it-all with the grace of a basilisk and the face of a goddess who's convinced that Isla's beloved Phoenix will serve the cause better as an active performer rather than as a passive conservation exhibit. I don't know if it's really enemies to lovers. I sure hope so. I hope so, because then it would be another sapphic book. So next. A book with a journey or quest. This is definitely a quest. A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. Last one. A book you bought for the cover. I mean, most of my books I buy for the covers. The Illumicrate ones don't really count because it's a surprise. I have these two options that I definitely did bought because of the covers. I think I'm gonna go for this one. Greek Myths and Tales, because yeah, the cover was like 90% of the reason I got it, because it's so beautiful. This one too I got for the cover, but I think I like this cover more, so this one. And that's it for my books for this month that I will be reading. 10 books. Greek mythology, Illumicrate book, another Illumicrate book, horror story, whatever. Gay romance, sequel to a fantasy, whatever this is, sad gay romance, and vampire themed sapphic romance. Is it really romance? I don't know. So that's it. Great. I hope I will be able to read all of these and I won't be failing like I've always done. Thank you for watching if you watched it. Hopefully I will be less awkward next time. Thank you, bye.